Hello, so for Halloween this year I wanted to do a video just talking about creepy experiences I've had before when using night vision devices at night, because obviously to set the mood, if you go out in the dark, nearly pitch black to your obviously human eyesight, and then you're going around in woodland or sort of fields, and you're looking through stuff that's amplifying the light but gives you a pretty grainy image, you can see some pretty creepy things. So I don't think any of these were paranormal or anything like that, but you do see some weird things. Now the video that's playing in the background is just some other night vision footage I've recorded, so don't watch that thinking it's going to show you anything. If you look across the sort of night vision videos I've done, now and again there's weird things I've caught in them, but some of these things are things I've just seen when I've been out there. So obviously weird animal sightings is one of them, where you'll make out an animal and you can't actually make out properly what it is due to the resolution and the light amplification ability. So there's been quite a few times I've been out with the night vision where you see something that looks too big to be a fox, it doesn't look like a badger or something like that, and you can't quite place what it is. And quite often when you look at animals through night vision, their eyes reflect back the light, or the infrared, which is kind of always a bit creepy when you see something that appears to have glowing eyes. Now obviously most of those are pretty explainable, but it's still a bit freaky. Now the weirdest one is when you spot humanoid looking figures that aren't there. Now what I mean by this is basically, if you're looking across the fields, quite often there'll be a tree that has a human sort of size silhouette, and the brain is very good at filling in the blanks and seeing things that aren't there. So if you have basically something that looks like a person, obviously, in a field with the shape of a bush or the shape of a tree, and the wind's blowing on it, through the night vision it can end up looking like a humanoid figure sort of waving about in the darkness. Now sometimes you'll see this with your natural eyesight obviously as well, but it can be quite, creepy if you're just out with the night vision scanning a field and then it looks like there's a humanoid silhouette. I've seen that quite a few times through various night vision devices when you're just scanning a field and then there's something that you keep seeing that looks like a person, but you can't make it out clearly enough to be able to tell it's not, but it's still a creepy, uncanny valley feeling when the brain keeps seeing it as that. There's some bushes down one of the roads actually where only now and again when they get cut back each year do they not look like this, but every time you're normally stood there, the light from a street light will always hit it and cast a humanoid silhouette, even though there's nobody there. Always freaks me out every time, even though I know exactly where it is. Gen 2 night vision devices aren't as bad for this actually, because you can make out what you're looking at a bit more clearly, but a Gen 1 or a Gen 1 Plus is pretty awful for seeing things that aren't there. So that's those experiences, and there's also of course the ones I've said before of coming across very weird people in the dark, where all of a sudden they just pop up with the night vision, so you're either using a flare or using a Gen 1 or a digital night vision or whatever, and all of a sudden the heat signature or whatever from a person is bright enough, or they catch the infrared illuminator, and out of nowhere you just see a sort of figure pop up. Now, sometimes it's quite benign, it's somebody walking a dog in the dark, but other times it will be somebody that's talking to themselves, and not in the sort of, just talking to themselves sort of way, but, in the sort of crazy, insane sort of muttering type of ways and things like that. So yeah, as I said, so this Halloween video wasn't one that was, anything like scary stories that were made up, but it's real weird experiences. Now, for anybody else that ever does sort of shooting with night vision at night, I'd love to hear in the comments if you've had any really weird experiences, using the night vision, because I know there are weird things, and for people who use them stargazing, because I imagine the chance that you'd see a UFO through night vision is a lot higher than if you were, just looking at the sky with your sort of naked eye, just due to how many more stars you can see through a night vision scope. So there you go. As I said, this is more of a real sort of creepy experience as one night vision thing, rather than it being, a made up ghost video or a sort of, a comedy sort of horror video. But I generally find that you can freak yourself out pretty easily if you're out in the dark with a night vision device and then you see something that doesn't look like it should be there. So, hope you enjoyed the video.